Hi, my name is Jenny Herman, and I help women 35 and older with crazy busy lives feel beautiful, confident, and strong. Today I'm going to boost your confidence by showing you what eye brush does which job. This is a question that a lot of women have, and they're not taught that. I wasn't taught that. And so it's important to help you understand so you can get the effects that you want when you're putting a look together. Now, if you can get only one eye brush, this is the one that I recommend. The blending brush. Do you see how it's fluffy? The blending brush is going to help you smooth out harsh lines between colors that you use. Now today I only have one color on, a liquid shadow that I just quickly sprinkled on and went. But if I had another color, I would want to use my blending brush to blend the lines between the colors. When you see models with amazingly soft, fantastic looks, they played with blending. Don't be afraid to practice blending. The more you do it, the better you get and the better your looks will be. You can also use this as a basic brush to put your shadow on your lid. Another brush that would be basic to put your shadow on your lid would be your shadow or shading brush. Your shadow or shade brush, okay? It's just a flat brush that you can tap your shadow on and put it on your lid. That's all it does. The next brush that we're going to show you is the fluffy crease brush. Now watch what happens. Do you see how the bristles are getting denser? This is fluffy, but not as fluffy as this one. The fluffy crease brush is for use in adding here and adding dimension. But because it's a little bit denser, the color will be more dark, more bright. You'll see more of it. I'm going to show you on my arm when we're done so you can see the difference. The next brush, the crease brush. Do you see? Now you can kind of see how we're getting from fluffy over here to denser over here. The crease brush, again, is for applying makeup up here. Now here's the tip. If you have hooded eyes or eyes that are getting hooded, take your brush and tilt it up so that when you apply, you make sure that the shadow is going above your crease and will be seen when you open your eyes. There's an extra tip for you. The next brush that we have is an angled brush. Now in this case, my angled brush also has a sponge tip on the end. Sponge tips are fantastic for sparkle and shimmer because they're not going to blend it away. Your sponge brush, you just tap on the color and tap on your eye. The angled brush is going to be great for getting those V's out here. Now here's an extra tip. If you have a hooded eye again, or the beginning of a hooded eye, do a reverse 7 and pull it up so that it looks like a backward 7 and your V is not out here, but a little bit more up here. Finally, we have our liner brush, right? So that you can take shadow and pull it down under your eye as eyeliner. Now, if you can find one that's a liner shadow brush, you're getting, anytime you can get a brush with two ends, you're saving space and money. Jenny, what brushes do I start with? I recommend that you start with a blending brush first. And if you can add a second brush, I would do a crease brush because then you have two brushes to get different effects and get you started. You can always play around more. Now let's see the difference. Let's take some shadow and put it on my arm. So I'm going to take this green color right here, okay? That way we can see it. We're going to tap off the extra and we're going to rub it on. That's the blending brush. See how smooth and soft it is? But if I take that same shadow with the fluffy crease brush, tap it on, tap off the extra, you can see it's starting to get a little darker and more defined. Then we'll get denser even still. Tap, tap off the extra. Can you see how it's progressively getting darker because the bristles are getting thicker? Finally, I want to show you what that angled brush will do for you. See the angle there? I'm going to tap it right into the color and watch. It gives me a controlled line. Fluffy, fluffy blending brush, fluffy crease, crease, angled brush. You can see the denser the bristles, the darker the color. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope this was helpful. And if you learned something, I'd love for you to share the email sign-up link with your friends so they can get the same video. I'd love to invite you to join the Confidence Club with me and learn even more tips. Thank you again, and I'd love to hear what you learn.